Welcome to the Grace Channel. We are very privileged and blessed to have an extraordinary human being here to have a conversation with and just connect. This is the beautiful and amazing, very gifted Dr. Janeen Detrick, also known affectionately as Dr. J. Dr. J, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Bonnie. It is my privilege to be a part of this radio talk show that you have put together. It's just fun to have these kind of conversations because as we converse, we're sending energy out into the universe, which amplifies the intention for everyone to awaken. And since we're all connected, that matters to me because I want to be awakened, right? I choose into that. And so everybody else that's hearing this gets the privilege of being a part of it together with us. It's great to get to be here. Thank you.
Absolutely, yeah. And as an awakened being, and it's awakening, I see us all as awakening because I don't think it ever really ends.
I hope it doesn't.
No, I know.
Because wouldn't that be fun? Expansion. God energy is creative and expansive, worlds without end. Mm-hmm. Create, expand, more, bigger, better, create, expand, more. There's no such thing as too much fun in our creative capacity, right?
We're infinite. We're infinite beings.
Absolutely.
How would awakening ever come to an end point as well?
So doesn't that mean that God has an evolutionary cycle? God is evolving as we are evolving,
we have
right?
an evolutionary cycle, of course God would.
I know. Isn't that kind of a fun thing to think about?
Yeah.
That expansion of consciousness that we all are experiencing, and we are in fact creating as we choose into the experiences we choose into, actually causes that evolutionary cycle of God. That might be strange terminology for some people. Evolutionary cycle for God. That is a bit strange, isn't it? Oh, well, I said it. But it's
great, Janeen.
One of the things that really is just growing in my heart and mind, Bonnie, that I am hoping we can talk about today in this radio program. And hopefully we will continue this discussion and talk about it more and more and more so that we can influence the minds of society individually and corporately to think about this. And that is a message from A Course in Miracles. And I know you're just as much a Course in Miracles fan as I am.
Absolutely.
And you've been studying the Course even longer than I am. So you're probably more of a master at understanding these
not
concepts.
About time, though.
Well, you know, we're all at this level of consciousness, elevating it together. So the spiral of that consciousness evolution is actually influenced by all of us.
Yep.
So we're all a part of it. But there is a concept in the Course that is really near and dear to my heart because as an energy medicine practitioner, as you know, and energy medicine life coach trainer, healing, wholeness, wellness, and the recognition that we are not a body is a really super important concept to me. I feel like it almost might be part of the reason I incarnated in this life is to help spread that message. It burns in my heart constantly that I hope we will all come to the awareness that we are not a body, that ACIM principle. Now, how do we experience that? So the concept that we are not a body, it doesn't mean anything until we have an experience of it. It doesn't mean anything. It's just some platitude. But when we experience literally the sensation in our bodies of energy flowing through. I've heard some teachers call it atomization, that they feel their bodies dissipating into the light body, right? I've heard some teachers, and I'm going to borrow from A Course in Miracles terminology, and that is vortexing. I love the concept of vortexing. When you're feeling that energy flowing through you, it's as if every single cell in your body is reinvigorated perpetually. Reinvigorated perpetually so that you don't get tired, drained, exhausted. You're constantly in the moment now being reinvigorated by energy flowing through every cell in your body. Oh my gosh, it's such an amazing, miraculous experience because when you're feeling the energy flowing through your body, you are aware that, can I say on a molecular level, a physical temporal level, you are not solid. And the energy that flows through me is flowing through you, through this microphone, carried through the airwaves, through everyone sitting in this room as we're recording this radio program. It's flowing through every single one of us right now. And as we open our awareness to the fact that we are not a body, we feel that sensation. Oh my goodness, now every single time I even say that word, vortexing, I experience it. I'm experiencing it right now. It is like, prepare for takeoff. Is this what happens just before you levitate? Oh dear. Oh, prepare for takeoff. To my knowledge, I haven't levitated yet. I don't think I have. But I feel that energy flowing through me so much. Now, why does this matter? People need energy, right, to live. So many people are dragging their bodies around, like, oh, I'm in pain, I'm suffering. And one of the concepts in the Course is that when we all awaken, all of us, it's corporate, it's collective consciousness. When we all awaken to the fact that we are not a body, then we feel that energy perpetually regenerating itself as it pours through every cell in our body. We feel that expansion, we feel that. Then we're not sick anymore.
Yeah.
It really is the experience, at least for me, it has been. Probably everybody experiences it differently. But for me, it's been that when I am aware energy is flowing through me and that I am not solid, that I am hollow, and the consciousness of my intention to do whatever, or to experience whatever, or to create whatever, when I am aware that is flowing through me, then I can organize the matter differently.
Yeah.
So my body is literally an effect of what mind is holding in its awareness. That experience is something I feel would be a solution to sickness in the world. Now, I am also very aware, because I am hollow and this energy is flowing through my body all of the time, I'm also aware that energy that flows through me flows through you and every other person, which means when I am having attack thoughts, I am making someone over there sick. It can manifest in their physical body. There is no guilt with this understanding. When you really fully comprehend that, you realize, oh my goodness, I choose to awaken to the awareness of my wholeness so that she doesn't have to be sick, and so that he doesn't have to be sick, and so that when we are loving ourselves so much that we're walking in the freedom of knowing we are consciousness organizing matter to have experiences, then I don't make other people get AIDS. I don't make other people get cancer. When I see that, it shows me, and I have awareness that my attack thoughts contributed to the energy that flew through them just then, making that be their experience. I don't want to be a part of that anymore. I want to be a part of this. I want to be a part of their wholeness, the remembrance of who we really are, that the energy of the absence of attack thoughts, the energy of peace, the energy of grace, the energy of joy, the energy of my awareness that they are me, the energy of my awareness that none of us are guilty, that eliminates the attack energy. It literally transforms the attack energy so that then what flows through what I perceive to be them, we have to use words, right? We're using words. So words always minimize it and diminish it, right? So I'm just trying to find words that convey this concept. But as I am walking in that wholeness, that awareness within myself, I'm no longer in that moment, in those moments when I'm in that space. God help me to be there more. I choose into that more, right? But when I'm in that space, I'm vibrating out the energy that creates wellness and wholeness in the universe so that my brothers and sisters don't have to feel the effects of the attack thoughts and get sick. That's a message that burns in my heart. When I'm working with my clients, I now I've been granted this awareness of how to give them mantras and so forth to put them in that sensation so that they can feel the energy flowing through their bodies. They can be vortexing or atomizing, whatever you want to call it. It's just words to describe an experience. And when they do that, in those moments, they feel light. Perhaps you feel it now. Light, not heaviness, not dense, light. And this lightness transcends all sickness. This is how it feels to know that you are not a body. You've experienced it too, haven't you, Bonnie?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, what my career started back at Kripalu Center back in the early 80s, I'd say. And I'm grateful because Kripalu Yoga was the beginning of my, well, it wasn't the beginning of my path, but the beginning of my yoga path. And you would do a couple postures and you'd be instructed to go in and experience what you are sensing within your being, that pulsation, that vibration, that subtle sensation, that aliveness inside of you. And for me, that is my meditation. That is my meditation because for me, that is what I am. That is, and it can't be put into words, it can't be described, but it is a felt sense.
Yes.
And when you know that that is what you are, as and that, of course, there's no end to that. There's no finiteness about that. You start to become more and more secure in what you are. And that, because that is a security, that's that going in that we talked about a little earlier. So that going in for me has been a lifelong journey since my teens, is going in and experiencing what and who, more what I am as a sensation.
Sensation. I love that word, sensation. It is sensory. That is a reference to eyes, ears, nose, throat, right? Skin, that touching, the sensations. It is sensory because we are divine beings having a physical experience, organizing the matter so that we can have a physical experience. So with this conversation we've just had on your show, it is my intention that more and more people will hear this kind of a message, ponder these thoughts, choose into this so that we can amplify the intent to heal everyone. Doesn't that sound delicious?
Absolutely.
Yay.
Yeah. Well, this is, to me, that is the turning point on a spiritual growth path for me.
Yeah.
I mean, and I've been practicing that going inward and noticing sensation through my yoga classes even, but it's a growing, and it's a deepening, and it's a never-ending deepening. And the more and more we tune in to the powerful aliveness, the pulsations, it's hard to put words on it.
Like what I'm calling vortexing or atomizing. I love that you called it sensation and pulsating.
Yeah.
It's just an awareness of energy.
Sometimes it feels like a trembling. And the words are so.
Words minimize everything. Hey, let's be telepathic and then make a radio show. That'd be cool. Everybody would just feel it. We don't have to talk. Oh, this has been delightful. Thank you for letting me,
Janeen. Thank you so much. Thank you for this powerful message, because this message is the shift that we're all going through.
Yeah.
This is the shift.
Yes.
It's the shift in. It's the shift of knowing what we are, not on an intellectual level, but on a very kinesthetic level.
Experiential.
Very, very, it just, when you're in that brain, that mind, that thought, all that realm, and then you just stop and you go in. It's a very different muscle. I say muscle, but it's not a muscle at all. But it's a totally different pathway.
Yeah.
And that is the pathway of awakening for me. And what is next, we'll see. But for me, that's where I'm at, really, is really focusing on that inner aliveness more and more and deeper.
Inner
and deeper
aliveness.
And deeper. That's what
Great.
I've been calling. Yeah,
Great.
that's what just hits home for me.
Awesome.
I've been calling it
I love
that
it,
for
Bunny.
years. Well, thank you, Janeen, so much for bringing this powerful, profound.
Well, thank you for letting me be a part of it, because many, 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 many have come before
Yes.
carrying this thought.
Yes. Yes.
And now more and more of us are opening to the idea and raising the question, hey, can I experience that too? Wow. So you have been a tremendous part of amplifying the energy of this intention with the universe, with everything you do through this Center for Awakening and Grace on Fire and this show. Love you,
so
sister.
have you through all of your Course in Miracles classes, Way of Mastery classes, your Oneness Awakening classes, and all that you do at the Healing Home, which is profound for the world, the community. And we're just so happy that you're here and to share your profound wisdom and your passion, Janeen. I love your passion. I love your passion. That aliveness expresses through your physicality in such a profoundly beautiful way. Thank you for being here.
Let's just enjoy life more.
Yes.
Bye for now.
Thank you. Have a beautiful and blessed day.